Morning, everyone, from somewhat cooler Kent this morning. We had a good night's sleep, though, which was lovely. We had dinner with friends last night, which was superb. And now we are heading back to their farm this morning to get on with installing some new veg beds, which is very exciting. Good, good conversations last night, which came out of sitting down with Liz Phillips, who runs a Great Resist, and her husband, and Andy Munro from Electriculture, talking about how we build community programs, how we build um, farms that the community gets involved in, how we are looking forward, from all of our sides, all very differently coming at this, but looking at building a whole new food supply chain and what that will look like, how it will fit together. And Liz's husband asked a very poignant question to me: is how will that work in the inner cities? And that is a question which we still need to really come together and answer, because whilst we can all see how we can grow food on the outside of cities, on the inside, that's a different ball game. Land's obviously at a premium. One thing I have seen in other countries where they do roof growing, and that really excites me, because there's plenty of them in London, that's for sure, where they grow in very, very dense amounts in very small areas. There's also some brilliant programs going on in growing food in the underground, where they grow food on vast amounts in the underground. There's one underground station which was been derelict for years, which they use, and it grows thousands and thousands of salad every year to send into the restaurants. And so there is answers, there is solutions, and that's what for me this tour is about: finding out what those answers and solutions are, and then seeing how we bolt them all together, and how we find the new way forward. Because that's one of the things which I think, farming as it stands, in my opinion, big agri does not no longer work. It's as simple as that. We've depleted the land of any goodness, nutrition, vitamins, minerals. We need to put that back. We need to grow and farm. Jeremy Clarkson, love or loathe the guy, in the last series did this farm the unfarmable, and that's what I think a lot of the answer is. Those small pockets of land, what people had abandoned over the years and neglected, need bringing back into use. They're probably very rich in nutrition and vitamins and minerals because they've not been farmed. They've been left alone. So let's get that farmland working. So farmers, if you've got land like that, what you can farm. If you don't want to farm it, find a community group that does. There's lots of community groups out there looking to either buy land, rent land, come together collectively as a community to put community growing together. Seed saving, bear in mind that we're now coming into the right time of year. Start speaking to people like realseeds.co.uk. They're an organic supplier of seed that do heritage seed. We need to keep this to heritage seeds this year, because that will give us seeds moving forward. At the end of the year, we'll have seeds to use. Remember, guys, that the government is after your food supply chain. They're after breaking it. What we've got to do is fix it quicker than they can break it. We need to form a whole new system, in my opinion. That's going to come about with the existing farmers coming to realise they need to change tack on where they're going with the food supply. That's going to come from people who are buying in to get land themselves because they understand what the challenges are going to be. That they will split that land perhaps between them and the community. Some people buying land have no idea or no intention to grow themselves. They're just going to get the community involved. This is us, the general public, realising the government is not coming to save us. This is us, the general public, realising that there is a whole new way to farm the land, to bring into it new ways of breeding animals and keeping animals. I certainly know that if anyone follows Joel Salatin, Joel has a system where he keeps pigs on the bottom. I believe it's chickens next and rabbits on the top, or the other way around. So they work a 3-tier system to graze, to fertilise, to put nutrients back in the ground. We have to look at farming completely different. We're used to seeing, like there is here, big open expanses of green. And I don't think that's going to be the future. I genuinely don't. I think we're going to lose a lot of land to building. We're going to lose a lot of land to solar farming. We might not be able to stop that. But what we can do is make sure that what we do around that is very, very high quality food, and also not only high quality, but very, very dense in its production. So, where we're used to producing 4 or 5 ton an acre on food, we need to get food up to, on really nutritious soil, up to 4 and 5 ton, up to 40 to 50 ton an acre of vegetables. Stop growing all this bollocks of, let's grow maize to make biomass. Let's grow oilseed rape. We don't want that. It's carcinogenic. Don't want it in the system. So lots coming together, guys. Don't forget you can support us on keeping the tour going at the bowlerhatfarmer.com. There's a GoFundMe button on there. Don't forget that. Don't forget to give us a like and share. Don't forget to follow Gloria's channel, Ogie Speaks and Lifestyle, because that's OGE Speaks and Lifestyle. For her, she's documenting what we're doing on the tour, where we're going. She's documenting all the back end of everything, what's happening. The farms we're visiting, the animals we're seeing. We're down here in Kent. In the background, I've got cows mooing. That really floats my boat, I've got to say, as a farmer. We saw field after field yesterday of sheep on the way down here. That's great. As we came over the Dartford crossing, across to the left-hand side, there is a huge amount of polytunnels. We didn't get the photograph them because we only saw them at the very last minute. I actually swore about it because I thought it was a field full of solar panels when we came across, because I could just see it glistening in the distance. And as we got near, I could see it was polytunnels. That excites me to see that there is people out there still growing and producing stuff, not just on fields. We've got to get this, guys. You, the public, have got to understand where your food comes from. Gareth Wynne Jones put up a brilliant video this morning. Go find that. It's about him delivering sheep on a neighbour's farm. So the sheep was in trouble, the lamb wasn't coming out, and what he did to deal with that and get it out, he's got up to there, he's got his arm inside the sheep. You guys really have to understand what's involved in feeding you and putting dinner on the plate. And that's what us as farmers are trying to bring to the forefront now. So, guys, as ever, it's emotional to be here. I'm Mark the Bowlerhat Farmer. Don't forget to support us. Like, share, tick all the buttons, do all the things you've got to do, and keep us moving forward. I'm now off to go and install some veg beds on a farm not too far from here. So we'll catch up with you soon, guys. Bye-bye.